Hey everyone, I am going to tell you about Skitch, which is a digital annotation tool. This tool is part of the Evernote application and can be used to highlight information, annotate, and make comments on an image or text, and then this can also be shared with others through social media, email, or messaging. So we are using Skitch to annotate a Shakespearean sonnet in our example. So I'm just going to walk you through a few helpful tips in order to use Skitch in your classrooms. So first you want to find this middle drop-down menu, and this allows you to take screenshots. So it could be a full screenshot, it could be just part of the screen, it could even be a time screen snap. This camera feature that you could take a picture of yourself or access your photos, and then you can also open an image or PDF. So I used Sarah's helpful Google tip that she told us about earlier this week and searched for the sonnet using the :PDF feature in order to find a format that would be transferable to Skitch. So I have that here, so I'm going to just double click on this, and so here we have the Sonnet 130 by William Shakespeare. Some of you might be familiar with this poem. So once you have your PDF, you can use all of these features on the side to annotate the text. So maybe you want to use an arrow to draw students' attention to the subject of the poem, the mistress. You can also use the text feature to write in annotations in the margin of the text. So maybe you want to draw students' attention to the contrasts of the mistress to aspects in nature, and using vivid imagery and these negative images and contrasts that we see with the mistress in nature. Then you can also use this shape feature, so you could frame Shakespeare's name and maybe you want to move that. You can also change the line, so you could make that a little bit thinner there. The other feature is one of the most notable features, which is the marker. So you could also, I'm going to change the color here, you could bracket this, so that's a shape that you could create. There's also a highlighting feature. So again, you might want to adjust a line since if you're using a highlighter and you're highlighting specific text. So you could highlight this simile here, and because you could use different colors, you could also color code the highlighting as well. The other feature is the stamp feature. So you have 5 different stamps, and you can just click on them and then click where you want to place the stamp. So students could use an X if they don't agree with something. They could use an exclamation point if they really want to draw attention to a particular line or passage. They could also use a question mark, maybe something that they're unsure about. Maybe they don't understand this last couplet here. They could use that question stamp. You could also use this check of something that they agree with. And finally, there's a heart feature. So maybe something that they really liked in the poem, they could put next to, using that heart, they could put it next to it. So the final feature again is you can color code all of these. So if you wanted to change this arrow to a different color besides pink, you could change it to blue. So you just have to click on the text or on the image itself in order to change the color. Another thing to note about these stamp features is you could also write in a word or phrase here. So they had automatically already had rejected. So you could keep that there, and then it would save as rejected. But again, you can't type in a whole sentence like you can with these features here. You can only write a word or a phrase. So the last thing that I will note is this can be uploaded to an email or a message, and so students can share what they've done on Skitch with other students, and then Other students can access that PDF and upload it into their Skitch accounts, and they can add comments or annotations. But this is not a simultaneous process like Google Docs could be, in which multiple students could be marking up at the same time and they can see each other's comments. This is something that has to be uploaded one at a time. So students can work in groups, of course, and then there's lots of great features, but that is a negative affordance, that students can't simultaneously work on it. They have to upload it into their own personal Skitch accounts. So Skitch is also paired with Evernote, so whatever they do in Skitch will be uploaded into Evernote. So one final thing I'll end with is Skitch can also use images. So you can annotate images the same way you would with a text. So you could use arrows, you could use the stamp features as well. So there are a lot of different capabilities for this application. So that's it. Thanks for listening.